Rumours are swirling that Gabriel Jesus could be on the move again, and this time the destination might be the most emotional of all: home. Sources close to the story suggest the Brazilian forward, whose Arsenal contract runs beyond 2025, is quietly planning for a January 2026 departure, and Flamengo have been repeatedly linked as a logical, high-profile landing spot. It's a storyline that feels like football theatre. A player who rose to superstardom in his homeland left for Europe to prove himself and now faces a moment where the comforts of home could outweigh the prestige of staying in the Premier League. The stakes are clear. For Jesus, the choice is not just about minutes on the pitch, it's about identity, legacy, and the chance to be the focal point of a club that lives and breathes football with a fervour few European sides can match. At Arsenal this season, Jesus' role has shifted. New signings and tactical tweaks have pushed him down a pecking order that once seemed unassailable. When a club invests heavily in striking options, opportunity becomes a scarce commodity, and minutes that once flowed naturally now have to be won back. That dynamic opens the door to a January move, a mid-season reset that could revive form or, if handled poorly, further complicate a career already rich with headlines. Flamengo, meanwhile, are an attractive suitor for obvious reasons. They play in front of massive crowds, compete for continental honours, and can offer a platform where Jesus won't be one of several options, but potentially the clear talisman. For a player who has often been praised for work rate and movement rather than eye-popping goal tallies, being the central attacking reference at a club like Flamengo could unlock a different level of confidence and output. Beyond emotion, the move makes strategic sense. Flamengo are not glancing at Jesus because of nostalgia. They are considering the competitive boost he would bring to Libertadores' ambitions and domestic dominance. Adding a player of international pedigree elevates a squad tactically and commercially. Shirt sales spike, global attention grows, and the club's balances between local talent and experienced stars can tip in a way that accelerates short-term success. If Flamengo are serious, they will plan around the Brazilian calendar, negotiate with Arsenal over timing and fee, and construct an offer that fits both sporting and financial logic. For Arsenal, the calculus is delicate. Selling a player under contract before it runs down risks admitting a recruitment mismatch, but keeping a discontented forward could harm squad harmony. The ideal outcome for both clubs would be a deal that gives Jesus a fresh start while providing Arsenal with reasonable compensation and a clean dressing room reset. Fans will react passionately. Arsenal supporters who remember Jesus' contribution may see his exit as bittersweet. Gratitude mixed with questions about why a homegrown confidence could not be rebuilt in North London. Flamengo fans, conversely, would likely celebrate a homecoming, picturing nights of goals under floodlights and the roar of a stadium that treats football like religion. For Brazilian football at large, the narrative touches on an enduring theme: the pull between Europe's elite leagues and the cultural, emotional gravity of returning to play in Brazil. Transfers aren't just commercial transactions, they are stories about identity, about where a player feels most alive. What to watch next is straightforward. Will Arsenal grant a January exit or insist on keeping Jesus through the season? Will Flamengo make a formal bid, and can they structure a convincing sporting project around him? And perhaps most importantly for Jesus himself, does he want to fight for minutes in England, or does he dream of being the headline back home again? Home again. Any of those answers will send ripples across 2 continents. This rumour is more than speculation. It's a possible pivot point in a career that has already spanned stadiums and headlines. Whether the move happens or not, it forces fresh questions about ambition, belonging, and the often unpredictable arc of a footballer's life. Keep an eye on the winter window. January 2026 could be the month that reconnects a star with his roots and reshapes the ambitions of both Arsenal and Flamengo.